Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Fantasy Football IRL podcast. Uh, we're coming to you with a surprise hype video. I know we said we wouldn't do anything, but we're doing something, okay? So get ready.
We got week one coming up, baby. It's going to
Week
be exciting.
week one, time is here.
2 days till the Patriots kick off. Can't wait.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that the Patriots are one of only two teams to wear their patch on their jersey, the Super Bowl patch in the opening game?
I did not know that.
Do you know? Do you know who the other team is?
Let's go with the Buccaneers.
The New Orleans Saints are.
Oh, look at that. We're
Yeah,
basically, we're gate bros. We're patch bros now, too.
yeah,
Pretty much two of a kind.
right. So kicking things off this week, there's a lot of football news to talk about. We
Yep.
thought we'd just real quick go through the matchups, say who we think's going to win throughout the season. We're going to keep track of it and throw it up in the little corner up there. Yeah. So you can see who's ahead and who's behind. Maybe at the end of the year we'll do something fun. We'll send the winner or something. Uh,
So me. Got it.
yeah, yeah. That being said, Hurricane Irma is on its way to Florida. We do not know how that's going to affect the Dolphins, Jaguar, or no, Tampa Bay Jaguar, Tampa Bay Dolphins.
There you go.
Okay,
There you go.
I knew it was two Florida teams. Anyway, both of them are fucked. Doesn't matter what's happened because it's gonna, as you
Oh,
can
that
see
game's.
here.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
moving that game.
So we don't know yet if it's the location that's changing, if it's the time that's changing, if it's both that's changing. We don't know if it's going to be this week, next week, halfway down the year. They figure out some kind of bye week situation. Maybe they'll play it in the playoffs since they're not going to make the playoffs. So they could just play it then.
That's a good point.
But all that aside, let's get into the matchups. Let's see what we got.
All right.
So, for the first matchup, I guess we might as well do an easy win.
I don't know if it's so easy.
We have the Broncos versus the LA Chargers. Me versus Portman. I think we're all pretty excited for this game to see what happens. I think I'm going to take me. I think.
Oh, you're going to pick you to win this one? Okay. I'll give you this one.
I think. Here, hold on. Let me just get to it. The treasure chest. Yeah, I think the treasure chest is gonna take it home. Well, I'll let you start with your analysis of the Chargers team.
All right. They have the best player amongst both teams with Le'Veon Bell, so that's definitely a good place to start. Leonard Fournette going against Houston is going to be a little tough, so the running back situation is definitely going to be carried by Bell. I think Cam Newton against San Francisco is going to be a great matchup for him. He's going to put up a lot of points. And then Hopkins and Watkins, the two Clemson bros, are going to just do nothing. They have no quarterbacks. But I still think the Chargers win on the back of Le'Veon Bell. Cleveland's going to put up 8 million points. They're going to want to Cleveland's going to have 8 million points put up against him by the Steelers. And they're going to want to see what Bell has since he sat out all preseason. So I think on the back of maybe something like 26, 27 points from Bell, we're going to see the Chargers win.
You didn't even mention Tebow. That's probably the best player on the team.
He's hitting dingers right now. He is not throwing touchdown passes. So as great as Tebow is, those 3, 4, or 5 run, that he's putting up a game out in the Mets minor league system aren't going to help him here.
Okay. All right. Well, on my side, Drew Brees against Minnesota. Not a great situation. But Drew Brees, he usually does pretty good. He's not great on the road, some people tend to say.
It is a dome, though.
But it is a dome, and a nice dome at that. One of the nicest domes in the land.
Yes.
LaShawn McCoy is running against some wet paper, so I think he's going to have a big game. Mark Ingram, if the Saints keep it at a balanced attack, they really try to go for it. I don't know, though. They might try and really go hard on AP and just break him in front of the home crowd. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine if AP goes for like 3 touchdowns and 200 yards in week 1?
Fucking Fogarty writhing. All right. Doug Baldwin at Green Bay. Green Bay, traditionally very soft secondary. I think there's definitely some possibility there. Brandon Cooks, Kansas City. Kansas City normally has a very good defense. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. New England always puts up the points, and Cooks stands to score some points this season.
Yeah, that could have been Amari Cooper there, right?
Yeah, it could have been Amari Cooper. I was just about to say that. I said, no, I'm not going to do this every game this year. But yeah, this week could have been Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Zach Ertz is a tight end. Um, and the last that leaves me to my slot. I don't know who heard, but Willie Snead got suspended. So,
3 games?
3 games. 3 games.
Yep.
Same as Doug Martin, and I got Mike Williams down there on the bench. So I have 3 players on my roster who aren't going to be here the first several games of the season. So we shall see. But yeah, right now I got Brandon Marshall. He'll be fine. I think this is going to be a really close one, but I do think I end up taking it in the end. And I think Fournette, Watkins, Hopkins, Tate. I think they could all be busts. So we'll see.
I can see that definitely.
Yeah. All right, next game we got the Chiefs and the Raiders.
All right,
Old Matthias Dalton and Ben Geringer.
I'll let you lead this one off if you'd
Okay.
like.
Okay.
Who do you want?
I'm going to take my oldest and truest friend. I'm going to take Benjamin Geringer. He's got the Phillip Rivers, the Jay Ajayi, the Rob Kelly, AJ Green, Keenan Allen. I think Phillip Rivers is going to have a hard game at Denver. I don't think that's how you want to start off this conversation.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be great for him. Jay Ajayi, we'll see if he plays. If he does play, I think Tampa Bay, they have a fine defense, but I think he could definitely score some points. Hopefully it's not in the rain. Rob Kelly.
Fat Rob.
I think that's a fine choice. I don't know if I'd put maybe Jeremy Hill in here at this position or what, but I do think he can definitely do some things in Philadelphia. AJ Green is going to be huge. Keenan Allen, I don't know. Denver D again, not what you want to see. Jack Doyle, still can't believe you picked him. Kelvin Benjamin. San Francisco sucks. Everybody knows that. So I think Kelvin Benjamin is going to score some points.
He's going to be just fine.
And probably the strongest kicker in D in the league. So with that said, I think you got a good bench. You got some pieces that could move around here. I'm not sure what you could do, but there's definitely some room for improvement. Osborn, I'll let you take it away.
All right, looking at Matthew Dalton's team here, you got Russell Wilson against the weak Green Bay secondary. I like that. Devontae Freeman, you guys all know how I feel about him this week. Actually, you know how I feel about him this year. I'm a big fan. I think he'll do well against Chicago. Gurley against Indy, they don't have a quarterback in LA. I don't know if you know that or not. So they're going to hand the ball to Gurley like 30 times. Maybe 36 times. He's just going to run and run and run and run. So there's no way he only gets 12.68 points. Even if he averages like 2 yards a carry, he's going to be just fine. Fitzgerald against Detroit, I like it. Pryor might have a hard time with Ronald Darby in Philadelphia, but he'll at least be he'll suffice. Kelsey's going against the juggernaut that is the New England Patriots, so his projection's probably accurate. Not going to get any more than that. Martavis Bryant, I think they're going to need to get some work out of him. See what they've got there. So I could see him, getting targeted and letting Antonio Brown have an easy day. So overall, he's got a lot of players here that are primed to blow up. He's got guys on the bench if he wants to put in Adrian Peterson for the revenge factor on Minnesota. He's got Rashard Matthews against Oakland. I think he's got some good players here. I think this one's going to be one of our biggest blowouts of the week in favor of Oakland Raiders.
All right. Well, I do have to say the Martavius Bryant thing. They did just pick up what's his name from Auburn. Sammy Coates.
Didn't they just get rid of Sammy Coates?
Oh yeah, they got rid of Sammy Coates, didn't they? He went to the Browns. Is that right?
Maybe Football Wasteland. It sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so. I think he went to the Browns. So that only stands to Bryant's benefit. I got
Yeah.
the ways confused, but yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, clearly they trust him. They're glad he's back, so they moved on from up and coming wide receiver.
Yeah, he'll need to stop smoking pot this year at least.
Well, so you can say that for a lot of those players on that team.
That team has some fun. Let's leave it
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. All right.
So we
Moving on, we have the Colts Jaguars. That's going to be. Oh yeah, I wanted to say this real quick. Osborne, I noticed that last game. That's a battle of two of your roommates, your prior roommates. You live with those guys.
I did. I did live with those guys. I've lived with many of the people on this
You
in
know,
this league at
I'm
this point
starting to
actually.
think about it. You've lived with more people in this league than you haven't lived with.
I think that's actually true at this point.
Did you live with Cook, right?
Did not room with Cook, no.
Okay.
Dalton, Pippen, Henshaw.
Is that it?
Is that it? That
That's
might be
it.
it. That's
Yeah,
it.
you
Only
never
three.
lived with Fogarty. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, whenever those people play, that's going to be extra special to them because you just picked Dalton over Garinger. I mean, you had to pick someone, but offensive.
I know.
That
I
being
know.
said, I'm gonna let you gloat about your team for a second before I rip it to shreds. So go ahead.
All right. Outstanding team. We got Matt Ryan against Chicago. He's gonna be throwing a lot of dink passes to Devontae Freeman, who's gonna get me a lot of garbage yards there. Amir Abdullah is gonna get his shit pushed in by Arizona, but that's okay because David Johnson's gonna run all over Detroit. I don't know what to do at wide receiver. It's a coin flip for me with Chris Hogan and Demaryius Thomas because Thomas is battling that groin injury. But I'll trust in New England. Let Chris Hogan go for like 108 yards, 2 touchdowns, something like that. Tyreek Hill, another guy that's going to do really well, and I'm worried about beating my potential Patriot, super team here. And then Gronk. Gronk is what more do I need to say? Gronk's Gronk. And surprise of the year, I think Crowder's going to catch a crap load of balls and be one of the surprise players to fall into that like top 18 range by the end of the year. So pretty happy. I'm happy that I don't have to deal with Mike Evans this week. I don't have to deal with Jarvis Landry. I think I definitely catch a break there because my receiver situation's pretty rough, and not having to deal with one of his top players will be nice.
You good?
Oh, I'm good. Look at my team. How can I not be good?
All right. So I do think you're right about Jamison Crowder. I think Cousins is going to be airing the ball this year. I think what they got Doxson, they got Pryor, they got Crowder. They still got that tight end he likes to throw to. He's been
Yep.
top 2 in the league in passing yards the past 2 seasons, isn't that right? Like in the top 5.
Yeah.
So
And he's on a contract year.
he's on a contract. He's always on a contract here though. They've been doing him wrong the past few. I mean, he's getting paid, but that's whatever. Anyway, Frank Gore. I think he's a player that often goes overlooked because people think he's getting too old. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think he's fine. Another 1,000-yard season, boring but decent. Mike
Sure, but
Gillespie. I don't think I can ever trust a running back from New England again. I had Blunt on my team a little bit last year. He did some work for me, but I don't know. I don't know. He's gone. It's hard to figure out who's going to be doing that. One person fumbles, and they're gone for weeks.
they might be done for the year.
Yeah. Ty Hilton. No Andrew Luck. That's an area of concern. Mike Evans. Maybe no football. We'll see. That's an area of concern. I think if both of these guys play well, play their hearts out, I think you definitely have a shot at winning this game. Delaney Walker, Jarvis Landry, again, you're pretty Tampa Bay, Miami heavy here on this week that you don't want to be, but I mean, who could have saw that coming?
Yeah. Thank you, Irma.
Yeah. As far as the bench goes, I'm surprised to see Christian McCaffrey there. I mean, you used a pretty high pick on him, and I've heard only good things coming out of that camp. So we'll see if he makes the lineup. Stephon Diggs, another good-looking player. Yeah, I think that you definitely have the potential to win, and I would even go so far to say I pick you. So
That was some confidence. You
yeah,
sound very confident in that pick.
yeah, I know what I'm doing. All right. Moving on, I'm gonna let you start off with my oldest and best buddy, Evan Kimner, the
Wait, what
DBA.
happened to Gehringer? Wasn't Gehringer your oldest best buddy just like 2 picks ago?
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, bye
it
Kemner or
was.
bye Gehringer.
I
Kemner,
I
welcome to the
have
club.
I have a lot of friends. That's
A
just
lot
part
of
of
oldest best buddies. Got it.
a
Got
lot
it.
of a lot of oldest best buddies. All right.
Yes, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to take. Ooh, I'm gonna take the Texans here. Yeah, I'm taking the Texans.
Mhm.
Jordy Nelson against Seattle makes me a little hesitant, but then you get Crabtree against Tennessee, so a little give and take on the front of wide receivers. You get C.J. Anderson against the Chargers. I don't know if they have a defense, but we'll find out this Sunday or Monday, I guess. Theo Riddick against Arizona. Ouch. That's a tough matchup. Yeah, I'm sticking with the Texans. I'm not losing confidence as I read about this team here. Um, Fleener against Minnesota will show he'll play football that day. Emmanuel Sanders against the Chargers, not Clippers. LAC is killing me. It's the Clippers logo thing for when I look at NBA stuff, and I hate it.
Hey, hey, real quick. Uh,
Yeah.
do you want to be the one to tell him? Do you want to be the one to tell him?
No, it's you can have it.
Oh,
You can
Kimner,
have it. You can
buddy,
have it.
I just
Breaking news today.
I just saw it on my phone, buddy. I'm sorry to say it.
You can't read that, but that says that Ezekiel Elliott is suspended for 6 games. It was upheld today.
Wait, what?
Tough.
Oh, he can play in week one.
Wait, what?
It says he can play in week one. Elliott can play in week one per the ruling by the judge.
But his 6 game suspension was upheld.
I don't
This is
know.
amazing.
I don't
I
know.
love this. I want the 6 game suspension to happen starting like week 8, week 9. Let it be a playoff 6 week suspension.
I have no idea what's going on with this because just a second ago I saw a thing that said his
All right,
suspension had been upheld.
I'm going to the Reddit. I'm going to the right now. We're gonna find out. They're gonna tell
Yeah,
us.
please do.
Top thing is that the suspension's upheld. That's the top post.
That's what I'm talking about.
The restraining order that he put in allows him to play week 1. However, they're going to have to go to court and see if that restraining order for the suspension is going to uphold. So what is looking like is likely, according to again Reddit, the experts of the internet, he'll play week 1 and then be suspended 2 through 7. However, 7 is a bye week, so it'll be 2 through 8. Yeah, so he won't come back until week 9, is what Reddit is believing right now.
So what that means for our league is the biggest thing for our league is that means he's going to play week one and not week 7. Those are both divisional weeks.
He was never playing week 7. That was a bye week for him.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So week 8 he's out, but he is now playing he was never going to play in the first divisional game, and now he is. So this is potentially very big for him.
This is a big win for Kimner. So congratulations.
Going back to my point here, why I picked Kemner, knew what I was talking about, knew all along. Theo Riddick is out. Ezekiel Elliott is in. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. That really shores up the team. That really shores up the team.
You look at that team and you go, that's a winning team, like all year. And then you remember that he is out 6 weeks, so that makes you feel better.
Yeah,
But
like you gotta break even those 6 weeks. You know what I mean? You go 3-3, you can do it.
I even think going 3-3, you might be out of the playoffs with only 4 teams making it. If he loses to the wrong 3 teams.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We will.
It definitely helps now that it's a divisional game he's playing.
Yeah.
All right, so I agree that Kimner's team looks great, but you know what? I got a feeling that that Shy and the Titans are gonna win. Okay. Now
I appreciate that you're just going against my pick. I appreciate you're doing this and you're being stubborn about it. But come on now, we just found out that Ezekiel Elliott's coming back. You're telling me that that whatever this team that Shy put together is gonna win in week 1 against Kemner's juggernaut with Zeke in. Hey, it helps my win column at the end of the day. I'm cool with it.
So I'm gonna go with old Shy.
Okay.
I think that Dak Prescott is gonna. That's where all the touchdowns to Ezekiel Elliott are coming from, right? He's gonna throw them
Yes.
to him. He's gonna throw them to him.
Yeah.
I think Carlos Hyde and Ty Montgomery can both do pretty well. I mean, they're playing really tough defenses, but I'm sure it's going to work out. And Des Bryant and Odell Beckham are actually two really good receivers. I think that they have got to put up some superstar points. But
Yes.
let's not forget that this is fantasy football and that nothing is off the table. And I really do think that Eifert, Bryant, Beckham, and I mean Hyde Montgomery. Carolina has not been they haven't been tremendous lately, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah.
Best of luck to you, Shy, with recovering from your injuries this season. But yeah, I'm pretty confident in my Texans pick here.
All right, let me move on to the other game here. Here, hold on. Let me just one second. Let me just. Okay. Uh, you're up. You're up. I'm gonna let you talk about whatever team you think is gonna win.
All right, Gauntz. I was a little bit harsh about your Hard Knocks infatuation. I appreciated your weak attempt to deny ever watching the show. I'm going to pick you here. I'm going to pick Aaron Rodgers into Seattle simply because I've got DeMarco Murray going into Oakland. I got Jordan Howard going into Atlanta. I got Alshon Jeffrey against Washington. These are great. And then you can get hyped about Christian McCaffrey, but Jonathan Stewart's going to have 80% of the running back touches, at least for the first few weeks. And San Francisco's barely putting a football team together this year. So you look down the whole team, and everyone that's really good has the tough matchup, and everyone who needs a little bit of a break has an easy matchup. So I'm pretty confident this is going to work out. Now you're going to need a tight end. I've got an extra one. Call me. I'll make a trade. You know I will. But you're going to need to find some way to replace old Brait there because he's not playing football this Sunday. Outside of that, I'm pretty happy with what this team's got put up, and I think they're going to win this game.
So Pippen was my preseason number one. I think that he is looking pretty good in this game. Kareem Hunt, I think even at the time of the draft, he was looking good. Now, I mean, he's looking like fire. Obviously, McFadden going down is going to hurt you a bit. I had counted on him being a starter this week.
Losing that to Ezekiel, and you know that Hunt is going to get shut down by New England. So you don't get to run a rookie out there and do well against New England. Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
They're ridiculous.
Number 1 defense last year.
Those balls are too soft. Julio Jones, Amari Cooper going to go big. Jimmy Graham, he is a tight end. Dalvin Cook against New Orleans, one of the softest defenses in the league. It's really just a skill player's playground. Good kicker, good defense. I think you do have the pieces on the bench to fill that slot with McFadden. I think Taylor Gabriel, Ted Ginn, Will Snead's out, so that moves him up. He's now the number 2. And Jaquiz, if he does play, he is starting because Doug Martin's out. So all good early season pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna take Pip. Old Pip. All right, that leaves us with one last game.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump in on this one.
Sure.
I got to take my old roommate here, my boy, Dave Henshaw. Look at this team he put together. I'm so proud of him. He picked safe players the whole way. He didn't want to be here. And look at this team he put together. I'm so proud of him. Antonio Brown's going to feast on Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell against Pittsburgh might be a little rough, but they're going to need to feed him the ball. They got a rookie quarterback. They got Lamar Miller, who's going to put up like 10, 11 points. That's nice. Derek Carr's going to tear up the Tennessee secondary. And you're a little rough with the whole Devontae Parker not playing this week. But you can go ahead and throw Tevin Coleman in. He'll do just fine. This team's going to smoke the Giants. Fogarty doesn't have a chance. I don't care what these projections say from NFL. They're stupid.
You good?
That's it. Oh, I don't need to say a whole lot about this one.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
kidding me? Look at these teams.
Yeah.
You got a good team on the right, and then you have whatever this is on the left. You've got
So
paper mache knees with Jordan Reed. I mean, what do you need? Mm, mm.
you know how I feel about computers. Computers don't pick losing teams, okay? Even if they're run by NFL.com. Uh, I think that Fogarty's team, he really hasn't dropped anybody, which is to his benefit because I think the computer drafted him a hell of a team. Getting Andrew
Better
Luck,
than he would have done himself. Yeah.
getting Andrew Luckett where he did was awesome. I mean, John Brown, I think great. Adam Thielen, that's a wide receiver from Minnesota. It could have been Fogarty himself drafting him.
Is
So
Adam Thielen white?
he is white. He's a white.
There's his Edelman replacement. There it is,
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
That's how he can sleep at night. Got it.
Minnesota Edelman.
Yep.
Matt Stafford against Arizona. They got them LSU boys in the backfield. So I'm not too excited about that, but I think Stafford's talented enough at coming back from games that he can at least put up some points. Marshawn Lynch, I think that, like I said in the post-draft video, he's fresh. He's going to come back in these first few games. He's going to be really strong. Melvin Gordon, if they're going to beat Denver, they're going to have to run the ball. So that is Melvin Gordon, right?
That is Melvin Gordon.
Okay.
Gordon.
I keep fucking up the LA Chargers.
And
Anyway,
the LA Clippers. I thought it was Blake Griffin for a second. It's the worst.
For a second, I thought he played for the Rams. Allen Robinson. I don't know. I can't see Houston blowing out Jacksonville, so maybe they don't throw the ball the entire game, but we'll see. That's kind of their thing. Michael Thomas, like I said, he's a talented wide receiver. I think he's going to have a great game. Jordan Reed, if he can stay healthy for one game, he'll win this one game. Bible Powell.
Possible.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about Bible Powell, and I've been reading things, and I know you're not a fan of the Jets or anyone on the Jets, but I remember back to the days when I had Ivory, and I had these. I love the Jets running backs. You know what I mean? And I think Powell can do it. I think he's got the athletic ability to put it together.
I think Bilal Powell, if I'm being objective, is potentially a steal where he was taken in the draft. He was probably the smart pick when I took Amir Abdullah. I hate it.
Yeah. I think he's going to do very well.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta give the ball to someone. They get the ball at least for a certain number of touches a game. Someone has to get them. Bilal Powell is pretty much the only guy there. You know, there's a reason that the wide receiver one for the Jets is practically untouched. I don't think that Roby Anderson is picked up in a single league I'm in this year. He's the number one wide receiver for the Jets. Is that the only number one wide receiver for a team that isn't taken? Or is there even a wide receiver 2 anywhere for a team that isn't taken?
His name is Roby?
I believe so.
I thought it was Robbie.
Is it Robbie? I thought it was Roby.
How do you get
Robbie?
How do you get Roby out of Robby?
Heard it on a podcast. That's why I thought it was Roby.
It could be. I mean,
yeah. Fantasy footballers called him Roby Anderson, but then again, those guys are diehard Arizona fans, and they are kind of clowns on some of their stuff. So
yeah, I've never heard of him. It's pretty underground. This underground sources you got. I think Jamal Charles and John Brown are 2 great players. I think that they have the potential to be some good players down the road and to fill in whatever holes you may find when Marshawn Lynch goes down. That being said, let's keep it under 30 minutes. You got anything?
No, I think the big things, the big storylines going into week 1 are what's Irma going to do? What is going to happen with Zeke? Is he actually going to get to play week 1? And, it's week 1 of football. Who's going to actually show up and who's going to shit the bed this year? It's going to be interesting.
All right, boys and girls. Well, it's been good talking to you. I hope
Yep.
everyone enjoys their weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you in week 2.